Hello and welcome to the Lund University International Podcast, the podcast all about living and studying at Lund University in Sweden. Hear from current students, alumni, researchers, professors, and many more special guests as we dive into life at one of Sweden and Europe's top universities. My name is Tim Parker, and I am an International Communications Officer at the Division of Communication. Today, we're talking about practical experiences as an international student, from studying abroad to getting involved in tutoring, summer research, and more. Joining me are two Lund University students who have each taken different international paths which make the most of the practical opportunities available. One has combined an exchange in the UK with tutoring and a summer research school here at Lund, while the other has made use of the Erasmus Plus internship grant, which allowed the opportunity to take a summer internship in Norway, as well as participating in a national student congress called Naturvetarna, which allows opportunities for professional networking and career development. We'll hear how they found these opportunities, what life abroad was really like, and what advice they'd give to anyone thinking about adding in some practical opportunities in addition to their studies at Lund University. Welcome into the studio.
Hey, I'm Sumaia and thank you for having me today. And I'm from Bangladesh and I'm doing my master's in molecular biology and my specialization is microbiology and biotechnology. And I'm the one who gained the Erasmus Plus grant and I am also attending the Naturvetarna Congress, student congress thing. So yeah.
I'm Leonie and I'm from Germany. I'm in my third year of the Biomedicine Bachelor's program here at Lund University. And I've been recently on exchange in the UK, in Newcastle, and done a summer research school here in the summer. Yeah, taken part in a bunch of opportunities that we've gotten.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're both really involved students. And Leonie, I want to say welcome back to Sweden.
Thank you.
Doesn't sound like you picked up a Newcastle accent.
No, okay. I tried to. It didn't happen.
Yes. So, how did you first learn about these opportunities?
So, mostly, I think through hearing it from the program itself, from what other students have done. And also, we get a very good newsletter from our faculty, but also from the whole university with international opportunities. And you just scroll through that a bit and see if there's anything that you kind of like. And yeah, so mostly it's from the emails, from students, but also from the Lund University Abroad Instagram channel. They also have very nice content. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Yeah. And in my case, in my first year of master's was pretty hectic. So I have a lot of courses and lab class. So I actually haven't done much, but during summer, I actually wanted to do something and I have a different plan. If it's not happening, then I will go for plan B and plan C and this kind of stuff. So I emailed a lot of professors here that, hey, do you need any master students, as a research assistant or research student in the lab? And then I also faced a lot of rejection. But then I also started emailing in the other European universities outside Sweden. And then some people actually replied my email. And then I went into the study advisor office that, hey, some professors from other European countries interested to have me in this summer. But what opportunities do I have? Because I need a scholarship or a traineeship grant. And then my study advisor told me that you can actually apply for Erasmus Plus. And then I applied. And then, after all of those things, I realized that gaining Erasmus Plus grant is not a tough task, but actually, managing a lab to work on is the toughest task.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's so cool. I actually also got the Erasmus Plus grant from Lund University for the UK, even though it's not officially, I think, an Erasmus program anymore, but Lund is very, very nice with that.
Yeah.
And you've both been involved in some other opportunities and practical experiences here in Lund or in Sweden as well.
Yeah, so we have the opportunity to do a kind of summer research school, which is 10 weeks in a summer. And you also email a bunch of professors to ask if you can work in their lab and experience firsthand how it is to do kind of a mini thesis. It's not really a thesis. It's a mini lab project, but you're there from 9 till 5 and get to experience this. Okay, how do people actually work in this industry or in academia? I also did it's called supplementary instruction for short SI. We help first year students from our program to give them tips and tricks that we kind of learned on the way, and also teach them a bit in the lab. So that's very, very exciting.
Yeah. And in my case, I realized that networking is really important. So I also I will attend a student congress thing, and it's a student union which called Naturvetarna, and I become a member of that. And then I received an email from them that I can, as a student, I can join the student congress, and then I can also propose a lot of things there, and it will also be a great opportunity to build a lot of connection, to see all the employers in natural science field. So that's why, I'm also going to take a part of it, and it's in Stockholm. So yeah.
What do you do there?
It's a student it itself is student congress, and we have 2 different events in 2 days. And the first day they will actually discuss what they are going to do in this year, what their agenda is. And during second day, there will be a career kind of event. So a lot of companies, employees will come, and then we will get a chance to talk to them. And yeah, there will also be a lot of speakers who will maybe give us motivational speech. So yeah.
And you both are studying full-time as well. And on top of it, and you're both student ambassadors. So you're basically super students. What were your main motivations for getting involved in these activities?
I think mainly it is to do some networking, like you said before, and also getting new experiences. For me, especially, we don't have as many lab experiences within the program as I would wish to have. So going abroad or doing the summer research school is a way to kind of get that lab experience, just practical stuff that is really good to have and to know if you want to continue with in this path, kind of. So I think for me, that was kind of the main motivation.
Yeah. And in my case, suppose for the summer internship, I was actually focused on the lab things. I wanted to gain some experience before starting my master's thesis. So that was my main focus, that no, I want to learn a lot of laboratory techniques and maybe become more confident how actually lab work and this kind of stuff. And for the student congress things, I realized that building network and doing collaborative stuff is actually very important. It will also make you confident enough, and then it's all about sharing your thoughts and your learning perspective.
I think most of it is about gaining confidence in what you do and getting more experiences that you can then always somehow use later in life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And how did you prepare for these experiences? And I'm interested in the practicalities and also the emotional side as well.
So in my case, as I already mentioned, for the internship, I was fully focused on gaining some laboratory skills. So when I emailed the professors, I mentioned that no, I have this experience. So please let me in your lab, and I will work. It will be a good I will be a good efficient summer student there. And when I applied for the Erasmus Plus grant, I mentioned that no, I want to experience collaborative things, inclusivity and everything. And then it will be much more nicer to me if I gain a lab experience before my master's thesis. So I wrote my motivation letter in a different way for different cases. And I was also obviously excited about going to Norway. The home university is Lund University, and the campus is in Bodø. So Bodø is a beautiful city. It's surroundings by sea, and then it has a lot of beaches. So I just thought it can be a nice summer. So that's what I thought. But the funniest thing is I was also like quite sad about the fact that I will be like unable to use my summer ticket here, the small summer ticket, which is also a great deal. But yeah,
I was here all summer, but I was in the lab and I thought I would use it way more than I actually did. So, but yeah, coming back to what we were talking about, like the like how to get ready for this like exchange, for example, which is like 4 months away, and of course there's like housing you have to think about before, and like what do you do with your housing here? How do you get housing there? And also applying for the Erasmus Plus grant, which was not complicated at all, but you have to do it, and doing the applications, and like you have to apply to Lund University. And then also apply to the university that you want to go to. And you have to decide on courses and like what do you want as your focus kind of when you're there. And also packing was quite difficult. That's like a normal practical thing. How do you get your things there alone? And because I mean, you are doing it alone in the end, usually. There's a lot of logistics more behind it that I didn't really realize would be, because it all sounds very fun when you're applying, but then when it comes closer, you're like, oh, this is my to-do list. And I mean, emotionally, we're both not from Sweden, so we moved here to Sweden, and then we still went abroad again.
Exactly.
So you kind of do this whole process twice, so maybe you're better at it, but I don't know. Because I mean, you do leave your like friends and family behind once again, and
exactly. I actually thought about like applying in an exchange program earlier, but then I mean, I again thought that no, I mean, Sweden itself is like quite abroad for me. So and I also forget to mention about the accommodation stuff. So after like arranging the whole internship things, I went through the North University housing portal, and then I saw an email, and then I like contact with them, and they also like offered me a student housing. So I think like universities have that like for exchange students or like for training too.
How did studying or working abroad compare to student life here in Lund?
That's really exciting. I mean, from what I can tell about Newcastle, it was very different than student life in Lund, because it's a bit more like bigger as a city than Lund. I mean, Lund is really just students here. Everywhere you go, you see the LTH people with their overalls, and like you have the student nations, and it's all very organized and small and fun. And then Newcastle is a bit of a bigger city, so it's not just students that are there, but also a lot of other people. But yeah, the university there has hundreds of student organizations and societies, so it's very different to here, but it's still not worse or better. I don't know. It's a bit what you want to do with it. So you can really choose what you want to do. I joined the cold water swimming society, so we went every Sunday. We went to the beach with the metro and jump into the ocean, and sometimes even at sunrise or sunset, and then drank some coffee after. There's also a sock society or a Taylor Swift society, or you could do tennis or water polo, or I don't know, like anything your heart desires, basically, you can do there. And the university and also the accommodations have their own gym, so that's a good way for students to keep exercising and healthy. But a lot of stuff going on. Very, very fun.
I'm also curious to hear about any challenges which you encountered during any of your experiences and how you handled them.
In my case, like as a student from Asia, like a whole different continent, and then coming here, like facing a lot of like cultural difference, and also a lot of weather difference. I suffered like depression in my first year, and I also like haven't take the vitamin D seriously and all the like supplements seriously.
That is a game changer.
I thought like it's just a tablet. I don't want it, because in my whole life I never like have this kind of things like a supplement. So I got depressed, but I feel like if you are well prepared, then you will not actually, because here, as I also mentioned, that it's a student city, so everybody is kind of like empathetic. If you're facing something, you should just like talk about it, reach out to other person, It's really helpful.
Yeah.
And then, took your vitamin seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, take your vitamin seriously.
Yeah. I think for me, on exchange, there were, of course, challenges. For me, it was really difficult at the beginning and also the end with exam season, because I'm not used to exam season in Lund. We don't have that in my program, since we have like continuous small exams. So it's never like, oh, we have 3 courses at the same time, and then you have like these big exams in the span of 2 weeks. And that was like a very stressful time for me in Newcastle, but I guess you just kind of push through. And that is also why I did this exchange, to like see the differences between Lund and like studying in a different system, kind of what would be better for me. Also looking for like the future and masters, what I want to do for that. But yeah, on another note, like another challenge was definitely like making friends again, because you start always from scratch when you move somewhere else and you don't really know many people. And sometimes it can take a while.
Exactly.
Sometimes you don't really meet the people that you really connect with in the first few weeks. And then an exchange is very short. So you kind of have to trust the process. And usually at some point you do find kind of your group. But I also definitely learned that like you can also do stuff alone.
Yeah.
And if there's nobody that has time or that you really vibe with, then there's no harm in doing it alone.
Just introvert thought.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like a challenge, but you kind of rise from it and realize, oh, I like you grow as a person, and okay, I can do stuff alone. I can meet new people. I can be social and all this kind of stuff. It's you just kind of find your way.
Yeah. But I also wanted to say that's why, you should try to do more stuff. Suppose like we both are student ambassador, and when we made the first time we have the like whole gathering things, I realized that all the student ambassadors are like so eager to talk. It's just our first like meeting, but all of them are like, hey, which country you are from? And like people are really interested in other people. So you just like need to also find your like perfect group, where people actually like interested in you and
I
you
think
as well.
internationals always, like, be it on exchange, be it in Lund, internationals are the most open people you will meet.
Yeah.
And the easiest to talk to usually.
And
so
because like everybody's condition is same. Everybody is like far from their family, and they really like wants to like share their bond to others. So it's like quite same.
And coming back to your experiences here in Lund and in Sweden as well, how have roles like tutoring or participating in research programs or joining student congresses added to your international experience?
I'm not sure if it's really international experience, but just generally experience that like you learn a lot about yourself, and you learn about, okay, what do I want to do in the future? It's kind of a way to get to know yourself and your interests better in a way by just doing it. Because if you don't do it, you don't know how you will find it, or what your thoughts will be about it. So I think usually the best way to go is, okay, you do it and then you see if you mark it in the plus or the minus section of your life, kind of. And it's just experience that you take with you and apply for the future things that come.
Yeah. In my case also, I was actually the one who basically like who have the fear for rejection. But then I realized like you should try more things. then you will realize that which things is for you and which things is not for you. And also, suppose like even the podcast also, if you were like joining a lot of different programs and then you were like being vocal about everything, then I think it's also help you in your future field, because after that you need to search your job, you need to like do a lot of viva interview and all of those things. So if you already have experience, suppose like if you already have a conference experience and if you already like give some speech earlier, then it's actually helpful for you because it will make you confident.
And I would also say that just participating in also exchange or research programs, like it makes you appreciate also what you have at home. Kind of that was the case for me when I was in England. Like, oh, okay, like this is better here, definitely. So like it makes me appreciate it much more when you experience it in another way. And you're like, oh, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So I think those are kind of things that you take from it, that you kind of see, okay, this can be made better also at home. This you could apply, or okay, scratch that. That is not a good thing for me.
Yeah. And I also feel like these kind of experiences in your CV is actually a proof that you are that person who always like push yourself to try different things, which is a like good skill for, I mean, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, this kind of thing. I mean, yeah, you are that one who will do like intercultural things and like who is like more prone to do collaborative research. So yeah, this is like this kind of stuff is a proof in your profile.
Definitely,
So yeah.
And what advice would you give to other students who are considering applying for an exchange, a similar program, or seeking out other practical experiences in Lund as well?
I think the first step is do it. Like, see what's out there and don't be kind of scared of rejection. What to say.
Yeah.
And also, if you don't have time, then be honest about that and don't push yourself to do too many things and then do them all kind of badly. So maybe like focus on 1 to 2 things, and it can be overwhelming because there's a lot to choose from. But yeah, you also don't want to really burn out or have your studies suffer because all the stuff you do kind of next to it.
Yeah, I would also say the same things, that just go for it, just try a lot of different stuff. I mean, I always tell myself that if like 20 plus tab is not open in my laptop, I'm not doing enough. So yeah, just search a lot, just search everything, because Lund University, also provide you a lot of information through newsletter, through Canvas, through like their website. So you will like see a lot of like opportunities. And I feel like you should also talk about what you are doing to your friends.
Definitely.
To your senior, and also, discuss things like what they are also doing. So yeah, I feel like exchanging like your works and like your mindset is actually quite helpful. And I feel like you shouldn't like fear about rejection, and to rejection itself is a like learning thing. Suppose like you wrote your motivation letter in a certain way and then you got rejected, then you will like realize that, okay, it's not the right way. So I should like put some more things, or I should like delete some things from that. So yeah, every rejection is also a lesson. And I also feel like that just like Google, just like search everything, because I feel like if you are really trying, then you will actually get something. So just try hard.
I also what you said about talking to other people, like you're hearing from 2 people now, but within my program I can talk about that. Like there's so many people doing a bunch of different things, and like working in pharma companies or doing courses, online courses at other universities abroad, or doing summer research in also at other universities, actually at those places, and not just online. And we're interning in labs during during the semester, doing like there's a bunch of things, and you're hearing like
everyone in our programs are like super enthusiastic, and like all of them are like trying different things. So you can actually like talk about it in a fika time, and then then you will realize that, okay, there are a lot of opportunities actually. And
and also talk to the professors. They're always very welcoming to talk about anything. And if you have questions, or if you want to kind of a foot in, they are always happy to help.
Thank you for mentioning that, because I am a fan of my study advisor. So I would say that just bother them. I feel like my program study advisors are like really, really sweet, and I believe like every program's study advisors are quite nice, because they know what they're doing, and they are also like well trained like to talk how to like converse with these international students and what they are like facing. So they're so empathetic. So just like talk to them if you have any confusion. Suppose like in my case also, I was not sure like how to apply for the traineeship, like what opportunities I have. And then I just like went directly to my study advisor's office, and then they told me that you have these options and you should just apply, go for it. And so so just like always like communicate with your study advisors. They will actually,
and there's like an individual path for everybody, and you can find kind of what you're interested in, and there will be a space where you can try it out or apply it. So yeah.
Thank you both so much for today.
Thank you for having
It
us.
seems like, thank you for having us. It seems like we have a lot of things to say.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Lund University International Podcast. If you're interested in learning more about Lund University, you can go to our website, lunduniversity.lu.se. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. And you can connect with our amazing student ambassadors on Unibuddy. Don't forget to subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you a new episode very soon.